am genuinely curious as to what people consider as walking distance. I would consider anything up to an hour as something that I could walk and potentially would walk depending on my time limits. And anything under half an hour, I would definitely walk. But I remember my neighbour once saying to me about leaving the house and it being weird that I didn't always leave the house in the car and they didn't know whether we were in or not because I never really took the car anywhere. And I've always found that really odd because in my head, if I've got errands to run and I can do them on foot, why wouldn't I do them on foot? Obviously taking into account the amount of time that I actually have to do those errands, but yeah. But I'm so curious as to what the average person considers to be walking distance because the average Brit walks 5,444 steps per day. So judging by that logic, they're probably getting in maybe a half an hour walk. So that would therefore be walking distance. But I'm really curious. Let me know in the comments, like, what do you consider to be walking distance? Now, I appreciate geography is going to affect this. If you live somewhere rural within the UK and you literally just are not within walking distance of anywhere, then that might affect your answer. And if you live, say, like somewhere like the US, and well, quite frankly, your cities are just not walkable, then again, that might affect your answer. And I guess walking could be affected seasonally. For example, say you are like walking in the middle of December. If you are going somewhere in an evening, you may choose not to walk if you are going to be walking in the dark, versus if you're going somewhere in the height of summer and you're going to be walking back at 7 p.m. and it's light. So yeah, I fully appreciate that, like things like the weather and like darkness are going to affect it as well. But yeah, please let me know your logic as to what you consider to be walking distance. I am so curious about this.